how do I actually break disempowering anchors? Like, how do I break anchors of certain behaviors? You keep doing the same behavior again and again and again and again and again, and you don't know why. Or certain habits that you're doing repeatedly because you're habituated. Pavlov's classical conditioning, or how, how Pavlov's dog connected the ring of the bell, the sound of the bell, to hunger, though there was no food available over there. So many a times what we do is we tend to create subconscious anchors. Now, anchoring is not a concept created by NLP. It's just that NLP has given us tools and strategies to remove anchors that are disempowering a person and create new anchors consciously as a person, right? However, it's not at all a new concept. It's always happened to us that we create, does it happen to you that listening to a certain kind of music might put you into a certain kind of mood? So suddenly you feel very melancholic when you listen to ghazals, or a certain number. Like for me, it's that the song like Pehla Nasha, and I'm in a different place, in a different world, that those kind of songs take me to a different era. Or Purani Jeans, they take us back to another type of era. So music is anchors. We create anchors with all the things around us. Like, some people anchor tea or coffee, or certain beverages, to feeling good about enjoying themselves. They feel relaxed or they feel good about it. Many a times locations have anchors, like certain places in your home, when you sit there you feel lazy, or there are certain places where you sit and you'll immediately feel like having fun and having a drink or a beer or something and chill out. So places have certain feelings associated with them. Like a certain seat in your house might make you feel a certain way. If you're sitting in an official chair, it might make you feel a certain way. Clothes are anchors, right? That is the reason people say that, right? That if you're in business, don't treat it like a hobby. It should be like a business, which means that if you're working from home as well, every morning, take a shower, get dressed, right? Because when you get dressed and you wear a certain type of outfit, it makes you feel very, very differently. If you're going to wear t-shirt and, shorts at home, and you are going to be less productive than if you're going to be wearing clothes that are going to make you feel good, right? So clothes are anchors. It's a favorite shirt or a favorite dress or a type of outfit. Certain type of outfits make you not make you feel very drab, where some outfits make you feel glam. Colors are anchors, right? Like I remember one incident that I had spoken to a Vastu. I was speaking to a Vastu consultant, one lady, and I was generally asking her, how does it work? How does our Vastu actually work? I was a little skeptical about all this north, south, and all. How does it work? So she said there's a lot of science behind it, and she said that she does a specific work in Vastu, which is color Vastu. And it struck a chord with me, because she said that she gave an example of a girl who was single, okay, and she was trying to attract a soulmate. She wanted a soulmate. She wanted to get married, but currently she was single. And this lady said that I told her that I could fix her problem with Vastu. And I went to her house, and you will not believe it, Seema. This is what she told me, that her house, all the colors were gray, brown, black, beige, dull colors. Okay. She said that all over her house, she had paintings of single women, tribal single woman and a goddess, all single women paintings. She also, in her bedroom, had her bed against the wall rather than being in the middle of the room, which indicates that only one person sleeps in the bed. And she said that everything about her house indicated that it was a place of a single person with no place for anybody else to come, right? And she said that one of the first things I worked with this lady is to change the colors of her house. She said I had her remove all those drab paintings and single women paintings, and I asked her to start keeping flowers in her house, with pastels and pinks and reds. And I asked her to change complete color palette. Curtains became white and everything changed in her house. And she said that we placed crystals in her house with different soft colors. And just through that colors, this lady started feeling more open, more vulnerable, open to going on dates, started feeling more romantic as a person. And Eventually, apparently, she attracted her soulmate. I'm sure there was other factors to it as well, but this is a very beautiful example of how colors make us feel. Like I wear red on a particular day, I feel very different. I feel very electric type of a thing, you know. If I feel black, I feel very formal, which I wear a lot of times because I like to feel formal. Then if I'm wearing white, I feel like a very pure kind of a person. I'm sure you have experienced it too, that the way you change, if you're going to, you know, dress up really well in a suit and a tuxedo, you might feel glamorous and very different. So clothes, colors, music, food. Why do you think some people eat so much food? Because many people do emotional eating. Certain types of foods make them feel good. Families have certain anchors that they create for themselves or rituals. Like some families spend time in front of the TV eating pizza. For them, that is the anchor to happiness. That is the anchor to bonding. Whereas some other families might create a ritual of going for a walk together, which is giving them the same bonding, but they're doing it in a more productive way, right? So anchoring is happening whether you like it or you don't. It depends on how many positive, empowering anchors you have and how many disempowering anchors you have in your life that might be pulling and pushing you. Because anchors are such that if that thing happens, you feel a certain way, which means that they are literally controlling how you feel. Anchors around us are triggering how we are feeling all the time. So if you do not, if you have more disempowering anchors, you know, seeing your child's face makes you feel irritated, or you are working from home, as soon as you sit in front of your laptop, you feel like, right? If you have more disempowering anchors, or you need to eat a pizza or sweets to feel good, then long term these anchors are going to destroy our life. But if you have empowering anchors, you set empowering anchors, like we have learned in the practitioner, creating physical anchors, right? You create physical anchors for different states. So you have certain actions, and at any point in time, you can feel a state, right? Or you set up your house in such a way that you feel good. The more number of empowering anchors we're able to create, the more easy it becomes for us to stay in a peak state. Okay. So what are the types of anchors? Again, anchors are like everything else. Anchors are empowering or disempowering. And like we had just now, I had a discussion with Preeti. You would have realized that anchors as such, there's nothing wrong. Like there's nothing wrong with drinking tea. But if you're going to drink 10 cups of tea every day just to feel relaxed, now it becomes disempowering. There's nothing wrong with sometimes scolding your child, right? But every time you see your child, you're going to, you know, get irritated and your mood is going to change. Then that becomes disempowering. So NLP beautifully not just allows us to create empowering anchors, which we have learned in the practitioner, but it also helps us what we call collapse negative anchors.